Hello everyone, my name is Josh. This is my astronomy semester project, and I will be presenting on the Fermi paradox today. So what is the Fermi paradox? The Fermi paradox is an idea presented in the 1950s by Enrico Fermi, where he basically thought if the universe is so vast, even just our Milky Way galaxy is so large with so many stars, they likely have, Earth-like planets. And this is before the Hubble Deep Field, or we were even able to recognize any exoplanets at all, much less tell if they were Earth-like. But he already had this idea of why haven't we been able to see, communicate with, or observe any sort of extraterrestrial life. And that's where the paradox comes from. If the universe is so large, where's all the life? Either there's no life or there should be tons of life. Alright, so these are the theories that I will be presenting on today, the theories of the solution to the paradox. So the rare Earth theory, the too early theory, and the great filter theory. So moving right on into the first theory, the rare Earth theory. This is the simplest explanation for why we haven't been able to observe any extraterrestrial life, and it basically just says that the conditions for life are so rare that Earth is basically the only one, um, the only Earth-like, or the only planet with conditions that can support life. And since there's so few of them, it's basically the only planet that's actually developed life so far to create intelligent species that are able to communicate in the cosmos. Although with our modern technology we've been able to predict that there may be between 6 billion and 100 billion Earth-like planets in the Milky Way alone, we can't really observe how Earth-like their conditions are. We can see they may have liquid water on them, they're the right distance from their sun, they're the right size, but we really don't know because we just can't get close enough to them. Now, as far as we can tell, Earth basically has all the perfect conditions to support life as we know it. There could be other forms of life like silicate-based life and just life that we don't understand how it works at all, but as far as we know it, uh, Earth is perfect for life. And with how complicated and delicate life can be, I don't think it's entirely unlikely that even in the vast expanses of space, there's no other organic-based life, at least as we know it. So, moving right on into the next theory, we got the too early theory. So, the too early theory basically states that Earth is just super lucky and was like one of the first planets to develop life. So, as we know, the universe is only 13 billion years old. Now, that might seem like a long time to a human, but to planets and to stars, that's really not that long. I mean, it took Earth 4.5 billion years to get to the point where it is now, um, with life developed how it is, and it took life quite a while to start as well. Now, although some stars have already been born and died and their systems have come and gone with them, it's taken Earth a third of the age of the universe to develop into what it is now. So, all things considered, Earth is pretty new in the universe that is predicted to last at least 100 trillion years with live stars. Now, although they're red dwarf stars, and we don't exactly know if life can live around red dwarf stars, um, they provide heat, and if the planet is closer, it's likely some sort of life could survive on it. As for life developing into what it is now and technology, it's only in the past 100 years that we've been able to develop technology that is capable of communicating throughout the cosmos. Um, there's really no telling how lucky we got without anything majorly going wrong, like another giant meteor or asteroid smacking into Earth and resetting everything. There's no telling what kind of a lucky break we're on right now. Which kind of moves me into my next theory, which is the Great Filter Theory. Now, the Great Filter Theory is the most interesting one to me because it leaves you with so much to think about and wonder. This theory suggests that there is some sort of universal filter that filters any kind of life on planets. It's some sort of step that is so impossible, improbable, that it just can't be passed by nearly any civilization. And the fun part about this theory is we don't know if we've miraculously made it past the Great Filter already, or if it's something yet to come. It could be the jump from single cell life to multicellular life, or it could be the jump from human intelligence to AI intelligence. And if it's something in the latter stage of technological development in civilizations, then there could certainly be other life on other worlds, but it would probably be more similar to just single cell life, or, small animals, insects, or just not highly intelligent life like humans. You might be able to find similar life forms like animals, or even animals as intelligent as dolphins and monkeys and stuff. But at a certain point, they would likely hit the great filter too and be filtered out. Now, personally, I think that the Great Filter, if it exists, is definitely something in the latter stage of a civilization's technological development. Because in the time since we developed modern weaponry, we've kind of almost ended ourselves a few times, which is a lot more times than we had previously almost ended ourselves, in a much shorter time span. Now, because I think I'm running out of time soon, I'm going to be moving on to the conclusion. So all we can really do is just wonder and predict if there are any other alien species until we actually see one. If it's true that the Earth is just rare and the conditions for life are just so low that no one else really has been able to make it, I think we just should embrace our intelligence and our home planet and make the most of it and try to make it last as long as we can. If we're the only species out there, then the universe is our oyster. We can explore it. If we're able to figure out how to explore it, we can explore it and kind of do whatever we want. If we're simply too early in the life of the universe to witness any other species like our own, then in the unlikely scenario that humanity is able to last for billions of years, I think it's kind of cool. I think we would kind of develop into that, advanced alien civilization that visits other worlds and, causes rumors and religious stuff or just whatever. We would kind of, there'd be movies about humanity, which is interesting, if other species made movies. And finally, if the Great Filter Theory is true, then we may be a species that has already passed it. And if that's true, then that's very cool. Good job for us. But in the more likely scenario that we have yet to pass it, I think we need to just make better choices as a civilization. Because I think that, as a human, I think that humanity could probably pass the Great Filter and be great. But with what we're doing now, probably not. We're probably moving towards what everyone else did or may have done. So, thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope that it wasn't too hard to listen to. I hope that it was informative and enjoyable and maybe a little bit thought provoking.